today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at
all. Looking for a better play coming up on third. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Throwing, Jones. He sets to find and got his man complete.
That's good for a Jaguar.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Throwing throwing again. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to it.
Touchdown, Jaguars! This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, so get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Ravens nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Coleman now to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
The ball carrier.
And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. They'll try and run for it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
The one thing I have learned about this league, more and more, you've got to take some chances. You know, if you play everything conservatively and play everything exactly like, okay, I know what to do in each situation, I don't think you're going to get very far. I love the call there, going for it, even on his own side of the field.
Yeah, and even though you're on your own side of the field, they were creeping. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Number 12.
A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
The kick is good.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Man, those numbers from last week. What do you call a game like that? Monumental? A career game?
Yeah, every one of those adjectives you can put on love. Monumental, mammoth, massive. But you also know that he wants another one just like it in this game. He doesn't plan on slowing down.
Man, if he duplicates that would be history. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
First down, Baltimore.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
A gain of
a well-executed 22-yard gain. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Just shy of the goal line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
The kick is good.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it now with Robinson. Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He was brought down by Shaq Barrett.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
The running back.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 16 yards, a 1st down.
16 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He was brought
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
7 yards to go.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. The yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
His kick is good.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone to.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They go play action with Jackson. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. LaVisca Chenault, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. These 2 teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. It's caught inside the 25. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there just before halftime. 72 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball is expected to be caught.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
At the 2-yard line.
On second down, it's Robinson. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, it's Robinson. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. From the gun, Jones. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Jones. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Here's Coleman now to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A 4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and goal. At the 6-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because...
And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing right in, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
7-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54. It's our time.
Now Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Daniel Jones sacked.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean,
It's a gain of 7.
oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones able to complete this to Chenault. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this returnable for Sims. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Taken down at the 41.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he's got some space here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 34. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with him.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Now a give right side. Galloway. And some space here. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the 1st half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the 3rd and then carry that over to the 4th.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Jones. Connection made with Chenault. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Operating from the gun. Jones making the catch is Sternberger. A gain of 6 there on first.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the draw, Robinson. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 31. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And he was looking for James Robinson out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. After the sack on first down, Jones. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Laviska Chenault with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. And his kick is good. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And that's incomplete.
Thrown away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. A hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Laviska Chenault, the intended target.
3rd down here.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
On the return is Sims. 13 yards the tally on the return there.
And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
43-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here in the turnover on downs. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Jones' pass intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st down.
Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run this one in. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company.
And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Ravens have got it.
Jones' pass complete.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Jackson going to take this himself.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
Just not a whole lot of...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Julian Blackmon.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now left side on the swing pass. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Jones now throwing on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Maurice Hurst. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Jones under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, Jones. And it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And some room to roam now. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
A chance for us to look at this Baltimore defense again. They haven't played the best, but I guess it's not going to matter because their offense has been so good.
And they'll go in and shake their guys' hands and say, thanks a lot, big day. We'll try and tighten it down for the next ball game. But a
lot of guys think this is kind of fun to be able to go up and down the field, almost like a basketball game where two teams full court press and score a whole lot of points. You may get beat, but sometimes you think, hey, that was a good day.
But they can still tighten it up here for one final stop. Make them feel good on the way out the door.
They'd love to show the defensive coordinator that they did have one good possession before this day is over.
This is Chenault on the receiving end.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
Holding. Defense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Going to give this time to the tailback. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
47-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a handoff here to his running back. The Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win it.